Today we're going to take a look at the new Oneill Heat 654mm wetsuit. This is a integrated hood wetsuit. It's 6mm in the lower body thickness neoprene and a blend of 5mm neoprene and 4mm neoprene in the arms and shoulders so that you have the maximum stretch in the areas that you move around in the most, which is your arms and your shoulders and your back. So what we have here is a wetsuit that's actually has a major upgrade this season. So this is the 2011 Fall 2012 series, and this wetsuit actually has 100% Ultra Flex DS Neoprene, and that's the lightest weight neoprene that Oneill puts out. And they've decided to not only use it in the upper body, they're now using it in the entire lower body. So you've got 100% four-way super stretch neoprene throughout the suit. And just to let you see how gummy this wetsuit is throughout the entire suit, we can go ahead and stretch it out. So what I really love about this wetsuit is that it's at an economical price point, and it has a lot of bells and whistles that the super high-end wetsuits have, and yet it's still affordable. So a couple things that are really cool about the wetsuit is it's got an anatomically cut design, and that means you've got pre-bent knees, pre-bent arms and shoulders. So the way that the material was cut and sewn back together naturally fits the body so that water doesn't pool with excess neoprene, and so that you stay more comfortable and you don't get as tired. And you also stay a lot warmer. A couple other things that we're going to take a look at is this suit in the manufacturing process along all the seams were first glued together, and then a blind stitch, which doesn't penetrate both pieces of neoprene, was applied, and then a single welded seam was put on the exterior of all the seams on this suit. So you've virtually got a watertight wetsuit here. A couple other great things about the suit is it's a chest entry wetsuit. We'll take a look at that in a minute. It has an integrated hood. The integrated hood and the chest and on the back have a glideskin material that's water repellent and wind resistant, and that's to help keep your core and your head nice and warm so that your organs stay nice and warm in your session. So you got this along the kidneys and the back. A couple other things I want to look at on the front of the suit. You've got kryptonite, abrasion-resistant knee pads, which are really flexible, again, helping you stay comfortable so you're not getting tired having materials work against you. On the exterior right leg, you've got an exterior keyhole loop, which is really great, along the back leg here. On the wrist, you have these great seals, and they're called handcuff seals, and they're these little strips of neoprene. They help keep the wetsuit in place, as well as helps prevent the neoprene from blowing out and water flushing up in the suit. So you've got a nice durable stitch, as well as this added neoprene stripping to help keep those intact for a long period of time. Let's take a look at the material on the interior. Behind this glide skin is what's called Oneill's Firewall material. And what it is, it's a polypropylene material that actually keeps heat in the wetsuit. So it actually is a heat retaining fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and just take the top off, flip it off, and show you how you'd get in this wetsuit, and also show you what the materials are inside. So it's a top entry wetsuit. As you saw, I just flipped the head back after opening the zipper. This is a code red zipper. It's a water resistant zipper. And this barrier that you meet is a flood barrier, so that helps prevent water from going through the zipper and actually getting you cold by going in. So you have this, and it goes up really nice and high. And you have this split opening, so it makes this a lot easier to get into. And what you do with the top entry wetsuit is you go ahead and reach your hands inside, and you grab the armpits on both sides, and you just flip the wetsuit, upper portion inside out, and now you can get in it like a pair of trousers. So now we're looking at the chest open, and all you have to do is get your legs in there and pull them up, and then pull this up over your shoulder. Well, let's take a look at this red material. It's along the chest, and it's along the back. It's that firewall insulation. And where you didn't see a weld on the outside on the front, you see the weld on the inside. That single weld is on the inside, where you don't see it here on the outside. And they don't have it along the chest, so that if you're laying on a surfboard or some sport where you're required to lay down, you don't have that little bump there on your chest. So you actually have that weld on the interior. So again, 100% super stretch neoprene throughout the suit, a really easy top entry to get into that's really flexible. You've got the watertight zipper. Let's take a look at the hood. You've got a cinch around the face of this hood, And so you can actually adjust by squeezing and sliding this piece of rubber band here, this rubber band strapping, and you can actually adjust the tightening around the face seal to your face size. You have a trimmable bill, so if this is too much bill for you, you can just take a pair of scissors and trim it back or trim it in the shape that you'd like it. Again, this is an amazing wetsuit for the money. You get a bunch of high-end features in this suit. You get 100% super stretch neoprene, and I can't say enough about this suit. One more thing I do want to draw your attention to is there are no seams. This is a zero seam lumbar system, so it's a seamless design. There's no seams here, which means if you're stretching out on a saddle, sort of like on a surfboard, and you're stretching out, you've got this nice anatomically cut piece here in the groin area, but no seam here. And what that actually does is it makes this suit really durable because it doesn't have your two legs splitting apart, putting pressure on a seam. So this design in the cut, as well as the material choices and the drain holes that I've seen them put in, is a fantastic suit, super comfortable, and you can imagine really warm. And here's another drain hole here on the arm if water were to penetrate and get in on the side where it would drain out. So they've thought of everything. They've upgraded it with 100% super stretch. And if I missed any features, you can see more information on the Oneill Heat 654 wetsuit at pleasuresports.com.